If we had to start all over, where would we start as a content creator?
From scratch.
From scratch.
Zero. Zip.
Zero. Zip. My name is Oswaldo,
My name's Sophia.
and you're listening to
Creators Voices.
All right, so starting with Sophia.
So the first thing I would do for sure is to figure out what niche you or what topic you would like to create content for. And if you can at least come up with, I would say around 50 different topics of or ideas that you can make content for before starting with anything, because you have to be at least excited about that topic and you have to think of it as a long-term game.
Yeah.
So that's the first.
Yeah, but, how do you find the topics and how do you know what to create? One of the patterns that I've used for creating content is, what do I catch myself doing a lot and enjoying a lot? For instance, rock climbing. Passionate about rock climbing. I can't stop talking about rock climbing. I hang out with rock climbers. So it only made sense to create content based off of my passion, which is rock climbing. So whatever you catch yourself doing or passionate about, see if you can if you can do what Sophia just suggested. If you can come up with topics, like 50 topics off of the back of your head. If you can do that, that's a great start. What's next, Sophia? What would you do next?
After that, I would try to find, so this is after you've already found your topic, right? After that, I would do research on the type of content creators that are making similar types of content that you are thinking about making. So if it's a bunch of memes with trending sounds, perhaps they're on TikTok. If it's a long 10-minute video of a tutorial of a skill that you're interested in, probably chances are that community is on YouTube, right? So finding and researching content creators that are in your niche or what platform your community resides. I think those are two important factors. Even though I think we do touch on all of the platforms, but I think first deciding the first and one platform that interests you the most and going from there. So, yeah.
Yeah, so figure out where your audience is at. So, for instance, if you decide you want to do content based off of jump rope, typically jump rope content goes on vertical type of content because it's a vertical type of content that you can consume when you're jump roping. So you'll see it a lot on TikTok and Instagram. If it's long form type of content, like a documentary type of content, you'll typically see it on YouTube. So yeah, figure out which platform you want to choose, find out what exactly are they doing and how they're doing it.
And I think it's also what platform you are already consuming content of that specific niche or passion or topic that you already look at and you're familiar with, right? I mean, I wouldn't suggest somebody who only have used Instagram for the past 5 years to all of a sudden jump over to TikTok necessarily all the time. But I do think that it's important to use the platform that you're already familiar with.
Now we have what type of content you're going to create, which platform you're going to focus on.
Yeah.
Next is gear. This is a really difficult topic because people new to the content creation think they need the best gear possible. When I first started my YouTube channel, Rock Entry, which is at 130,000 subscribers, the first 3 years of making content on this channel was with my cell phone. I didn't buy a camera till I strictly focus on creating valuable, entertaining content, storytelling, and learning how to edit.
Right.
So the thing is, when you try to buy all of this equipment, you get overwhelmed on how to use it, it's just too much. The thing that I would suggest, simplify it. Simplification is really going to help you. Just use your cell phone to start off. Seriously, especially now, which is acceptable. You'll be surprised how far you can go with just a cell phone.
Mm-hmm. And nowadays, there's so many different softwares that help you edit your videos, like CapCut or InShot, that make it so much easier for people like me, because I don't want to ever touch Adobe or Premiere. All of that is way over my head. So yeah, the simpler the better, to be honest.
Yeah, don't think that you need all of this crazy software, gear, and just focus on your storytelling. How can you focus on providing value to your audience? Actually, that's a good tip. What type of content should they provide? one of the things that I would suggest is don't focus on yourself. Don't focus on telling the people like about you, because at first nobody cares about you. So you have to try to create content on what value are you bringing to this audience. Like, they're spending their time out of the day to consume your content. So they gotta get something out of it. So it could be entertainment, it could be education, or motivation. So think about those things. What do they feel when they consume your content? If they don't feel any of those, it's gonna be really hard for you to grow, for sure.
Well, I think actually that depends on the platform, because I would say for somebody like me who's mostly on TikTok or Reels, you can actually make content about documenting about your day even, and vlogging. Obviously, you still have to be entertaining.
Yeah, but that's entertainment.
Yeah,
though.
that's true. It is entertaining, but I think the biggest reason why it works out too is that it's relatable. So
Yeah.
just being yourself still. I mean, all those things, like you said, make sense, and I think they're very important. But I guess just like, don't always have to feel like it has to be extremely educational or extremely entertaining. I also see things on TikTok that works when they're simply vlogging about their office life, or like, they're being a nurse, and like maybe adding like a trending sound, which again, I understand that's education, or I'm sorry, entertaining, but
Yeah.
you can still be very much yourself as well.
Yeah. So whatever you're passionate about and you're sharing, they're gonna feel that too. Whatever it is that you're creating.
Right.
So whatever art you're doing, your viewers are gonna feel that as long as you're passionate about it.
Right. And be consistent. And this is kind of
Yeah.
going back to why having a passion, or talking about something that you're excited about, or even if it's not something that you're excited about. Like I said, if you're documenting about your office job that you might not be very happy with, but you are literally just talking about maybe some of the problems within corporate life or whatever, like some of the skits that I've seen on TikTok regarding a job that people hate, but making it kind of entertaining and relatable, that works too. But it just so happens that you're at your job every single day, right? So if you're doing that one thing every single day, and you document it, it's still you're still going to be able to find the same audience of millions of people who are going through the same thing. But yeah, I think consistency for sure is huge. And that's why we mentioned too, to create 50 different topics from the bat, just to see if you can even talk about this topic for a long, long time. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And done is better than perfect.
Yeah.
So create as much as possible. Have a deadline, meet those deadlines. Because you're always going to try to perfect your craft, but that can keep you from posting. The more you post, the more data you'll get. The more data you get, the better your content can be. So just remember that. The more content you put out, the more feedback you get, and the better your content can be. So, just as much as you consume and create, you'll be you'll be an amazing content creator, seriously.
Right.
Especially if you consume this content as well.
Yeah, right. And then putting it to practice, right?
Yeah.
I mean, one of the biggest motivator for me when I first started and pretty much decided to commit to making content every single day was I knew in my head that the faster I get through my first 400, 500 pieces of content, that I would be much better, that I would be a much better content creator by the end of it. So the faster I can get through those 400 or 500 videos, the better I will be. So if that's 6 months, if that's a year, I'm shortening that time and that learning curve to become a better content creator.
Yeah.
Now I'm a lot more comfortable, obviously, on the camera. Obviously you and I can talk about this. Like, you especially could talk about this extensively because you have 6 years of experience.
Yeah.
But so just shortening that learning curve and being consistent and always showing up is better than making the most edited, perfect video ever.
Yeah. And just to share with you guys, we've been creating content for years, and now creating this podcast, we're starting from zero. We're not sharing this to anybody. We're only trying to get people that are passionate about what we're creating. So we're starting from scratch as well. Again, it is possible, and we want to share that with you guys.
Right.
So please, if you enjoy this content, please make sure to follow us on our social media and subscribe to the channel. Yeah.
And And let us know if you guys have any other questions, because obviously
Yeah.
what we went over is pretty much basic stuff. But if you have a specific question and you're still stuck on a certain topic or a certain step that we mentioned, let us know in the comments below. We'd be happy to help you or message you or, help you specifically.
Yeah. And one last thing, I want to mention this because it's very important. Don't focus on views. Focus on what you can do.
Yeah.
So meet those goals that you have. Create goals that you can actually achieve.
Right.
Don't make goals that are out of your control, like views, subscribers, followers. Make goals of, I'm going to post one piece of content every day for however long you can.
Right.
Yeah. I hope you find this useful, and if you do, please do consider to subscribe. And thank you so much for listening to
Yeah,
us.
thank you guys.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.